Hey, what's up, everyone? A little bit of a week 18 Broen picks coming to you now. Let's see. I think yesterday I said it was 161 and 95 is what I'm at, something like that. But pretty good year. I should have just put $2 down on every single money line, but live and learn. You know what I mean? We got two Saturday games. First game, Steelers going to the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens are going to be starting a lot of guys. I do think the Steelers have a lot to fight for. I'm kind of torn. I'd like to think the Steelers kind of pulled this off, but it's going to be at Baltimore. The Ravens just are that good. I'm going to still stick with the Ravens. Disclaimer that picks might change by the time kickoff comes. We'll see. But I'm going to take the Ravens still right now. All right, we got Texans going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. I think the fairy tale of the Colts come to an end here. I think the Texans win. I think Texans also sneak their way into the playoffs after this week. All right, moving into the Sunday games, we got the morning slate. Browns, who are kind of locked into that 5 seed, going to the Bengals. I think the Browns are a much better team than the Bengals, but I think they'll be sitting quite a few guys, including Joe Flacco. I'm going to take the Bengals here at home to end their season. But let's see, we're going to go down to the Lions hosting the Vikings. I think the Lions are going to be fucking pissed after what happened last week, so they're going to take it out of Minnesota. Minnesota does not deserve to be in the playoffs. I think it ends for them. Jacksonville traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. I think Jacksonville has a lot to play for as well, including being the division champs. I think they win. I think it's close, but I'm not going to be surprised if the Titans pull it out. Could be the last Derrick Henry game we see. Jets going to the Patriots. Patriots have just been a terrible team the entire year. I think they're the 3 or 4 or third or fourth pick right now. I don't know why they'd want to move out of that. Jets, I think they want to finish up their season on a high note. I think they go to New England and they beat Bill Belichick. Might be his last game as the Patriots coach. Saints hosting the Falcons. I think the Saints are vying to win the division. I think they're just going to bring all the stops against the Falcons, who do not travel well. I have a Falcons to not make the playoffs bet that I'd like to see cash. So I'm going everything against the Falcons. I might even put more money down. Give me the Saints. But I think it's all for naught because I think the Bucks are going to go to Carolina and just beat up on the Panthers. Give me the Bucks in that next game. Finally, we have the Bears traveling to Green Bay just because I want to see Green Bay lose in Lambeau and get shut out. And if they don't, I want to play them first round then. Green Bay's just this like anomaly of a team to me this year. I don't think they're quite good at much of anything, and I don't think they suck anywhere too much either. I just think they're very middle of the road. Anyway, I think the Bears go anyway to Lambeau and they win. Give me Justin Fields to stay as the Bears quarterback. Not going to be surprised if the Packers win that one, though, obviously. Broncos traveling to Las Vegas, play the Raiders. The Broncos ended up winning last week. I just think that hilarious train keeps rolling, so why not? How about the Broncos win again on the road playing the Raiders, the Vedas? Let's keep moving here. We're going to do some more. The Eagles are going to be playing the Giants in New Jersey. I think the Eagles are going to smash them, even if they start pulling guys. The Giants are bad. They're so bad. What a dumb season they had. Good riddance. Give me the Eagles, double-digit win. Cardinals hosting the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks have a lot to play for. They might be able to sneak into the playoffs, but I think the Cardinals are actually looking pretty good and are going to be riding a very nice win over Philadelphia last week. They get to play at home. They're much better at home than they are away, in my opinion, so I'm going to take the Cardinals here in an upset over the Seahawks. I got to catch Corey in this pick 'em too. All right, so we got the Chiefs hosting the Chargers. I think the Chiefs are going to win. I don't think it'll be by much, though, because I think they'll start sitting guys in the second half. Niners hosting the Rams. Both teams are sitting players. I don't know why the Rams are sitting players. If I'm the Rams, I want to win and get the 6th seed so I can go play Detroit. I think they can beat Detroit. So I would love to see the Rams win this one, but since they're starting a bunch of guys, I'm still going to take the Niners. All right, we got Dallas traveling to the Commanders. I think it's the first time this season I've even referred to them by that name. They're going to get their ass beat. Dallas is there to win the number 2 seed. They have earned the 2 seed. I don't care what stupid officiating thing happened. Boo fucking who. Cowboys win big over the stupid Washington professional football team. Take the 2 seed. Hopefully hosting the Packers or maybe Saints. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, I should pull up the playoff machine. I'll do that here right at the end and see what I can do. Do I have time on my battery? Hell yeah, I do. Okay, finally, Sunday night game. Dolphins hosting the Bills. My God, I want the Dolphins to win so much. I want the Bills out of the playoffs. I love the 2 seed or nothing storyline. It is so funny. I don't know if that's ever happened before. So let's go Dolphins. I'll take the Dolphins at home against the Bills there. Get some revenge for earlier in the season after their 70-point burger. They end up losing in Buffalo, so maybe a revenge game for them. We'll see. They're going to be sitting guys too. They're already locked kind of in, so we'll just see how that all fares out. All right, let me get up the playoff machine real quick. I think I can do it. All right, give me Ravens, Texans, Bucks, Bengals, Lions, Jets, Saints, Jags, Dolphins, Cowboys. Hell yeah, go Cowboys. Niners, Eagles, Broncos, Chiefs, Bears, and I think I said Cardinals. I have the Saints traveling to Dallas. I got the Rams traveling to Detroit. I got the Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay. On the AFC side, I got Buffalo going back to Miami a second week. I got Houston going to Kansas City, and then Cleveland traveling to Jacksonville, Baltimore, and San Francisco being the byes. All right, it's been an awesome regular season of picks. I've loved it so far. Keep it going in the playoffs and postseason, and we're going to catch Jeff here this week because he's going to blow it. That donkey's going to blow it. He's in Kauai, and he's going to blow it. All right. Broing out.
What's up, guys? It's Andy, aka the Cali Bird, back again to give my picks for Week 18. It's Week 18. We've already reached the end of the regular season. Of course, the Schlabs and I will delve into our playoff pick'em and give more detailed previews when the time comes in the next coming weeks. But for now, with my Week 18 pick'em, as Schlabs and I had mentioned earlier in some previous videos, this week is going to be particularly interesting, just for the simple fact that a lot of teams are going to be resting their starters, so a lot of games are going to be very unpredictable. With that being said, here we go, Week 18. Starting off with the Saturday games, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Baltimore Ravens in a must-win game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens are going to be resting Lamar Jackson and a few other of their starters. I want to lean Pittsburgh Steelers really badly. Obviously, like I said, they're desperate for a playoff spot. Baltimore Ravens sitting comfortably. That being said, being in Baltimore, division rival, I could see Baltimore making it competitive for a while. Just something about Mason Rudolph facing that Baltimore defense. Even down some starters, I still like the Baltimore Ravens odds, so give me the Ravens. Moving on, we have Hefe's Houston Texans visiting the Colts, both in a must-win for playoffs. It is in Indianapolis, so they do have the edge there, but give me CJ Stroud and the Texans. I just like how they've been playing overall throughout the whole year. CJ Stroud had a nice comeback game since missing some weeks from his concussion, and I'm just riding with the hot hand right now. I know Colts eked out that win versus the Raiders, but I like how the Texans have been playing, so give me the Texans. Texans and D'Amico Ryans making the playoffs in his first year. The Cleveland Browns visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. This game I could have judged very similarly to the Baltimore Ravens game in the simple fact that the Browns are going to be resting Flacco and a few other starters. This one, however, is going to be in Cincinnati. Another divisional AFC North matchup. The fact that it is in Cincinnati, I'm going to give the edge to the Bengals. They're desperate for a win. They play Kansas City pretty hard in KC, so give me the Bengals. Moving on, we have Minnesota Vikings visiting the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions obviously coming off of that crazy loss to the Cowboys with that controversial offensive lineman being eligible and catching a would-be 2-point conversion. That being said, in Detroit, I just like Dan Campbell's response midweek, just in their whole attitude about that team, the whole vibe around that team. I just feel really good about the Lions. So Lions, I think, in an easy one, and I think they roll into the playoffs. Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans look pretty dead last week against the Texans. They get Tannehill back, but that doesn't really matter. Even though I haven't been super high on the Jaguars, they are the more dominant team in my opinion. So give me the Jaguars. Looks like all of these games are going to be mostly divisional games. We have AFC East now, Jets visiting the New England Patriots. I have not been good about picking the Patriots all year. I was higher on them earlier in the season because I thought, given the benefit of the doubt with Bill Belichick. Then once they started losing multiple games, I started to pick them to lose, and then they somehow miraculously started winning now. So this week I'm going to pick them to win. They're at home, placing the Jets. Jets defense is really tough, but Yeah, I got the Patriots. Moving on, we have Falcons visiting the Saints. Saints at home. You guys already know. Give me the Saints. Easy. Hashtag fire Arthur Smith. Transitioning into another NFC South matchup. Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers at home, but that doesn't matter. That team is absolutely dead. They look like the worst team in the NFL by far. Just talent-wise and just the whole energy and vibe around them. That alone, I already have the Bucks. Chicago Bears visiting the Green Bay Packers. While I am super high on Justin Fields, and right now, week 18, I would take Justin Fields over the field. I am looking forward to a big game from Justin Fields. I think he's really going to try to ball out to prove that he is their franchise quarterback. That being said, in Green Bay, I like the odds of Jordan Love. At home, they look like a different team, so this one will probably be pretty close, but I'm going to give the edge to the Packers right now. But I think Fields still balls out. Moving on, we have Denver Broncos visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. Not that I was ever high on the Denver Broncos, but ever since they had that controversy with benching Russell Wilson now, the whole team chemistry is off. And then the other corner, you have the Raiders, which more or less since the promotion of Antonio Pierce, the vibes have been up. So give me the Raiders at home. Though I didn't mention that much of the matchup in that game particularly, sometimes I think there a lot can be said for just vibes and how locker room culture and how the teams are mentally as well. So moving on to my Eagles NFC East matchup. Eagles visiting the New York Giants. If you asked me about this game a few days ago, I probably would have even considered picking the Giants. I really liked what I saw from some midweek interviews from some players and coaches, from most notably Sirianni and AJ Brown. It really seems like they're holding each other accountable. For what it's worth, something that just seems like one step in the right direction. Can't go any lower than the game last week, losing to the Cardinals. So give me the Eagles in a pretty convincing win, I think. Next, we have Seattle Seahawks visiting the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle Seahawks seem like they can be kind of like a dark horse team, especially if they make it into the playoffs. They have a lot of talent. Arizona Cardinals, division rival, probably keep it close at home, but I'm going to give the edge to the team with more talent, so that's the Seahawks. Kansas City Chiefs visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. Looks like Patrick Mahomes, among others, are going to be resting for the Chiefs. That being said, the Chargers have been absolutely dead ever since they fired Brandon Staley. This goes back to my whole vibes and culture thing, so even if the Chiefs are with their backups on the road, I still like their odds against the Chargers, so give me the Chiefs. Rams visiting the 49ers. Looks like both teams will be resting their starters, at least their quarterbacks in Stafford and Purdy. The fact that both of them are going to be resting their starters, I feel like kind of negates it on both sides, so I give it to the team with more talent, which is obviously the 49ers at home. It looks like it's going to be Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz, so interesting. Give me the 49ers. Then we have Dallas Cowboys visiting the Washington Commanders. Dallas Cowboys again coming off of that controversial victory against the Detroit Lions. Washington seems pretty dead right now, losing to the Dolphins, Rams, 49ers, Jets. It looks like Ron Rivera is most likely going to be fired at the end of the season. That being said, I feel like these teams played each other last year in the last game of the season, and I feel like the Commanders won. I am a little behind in the pick'em. Obviously, being an Eagles fan, I am a little biased, but I need to try to catch up in a few games, so what the heck. Give me the Commanders in an NFC East upset. Lastly, the Sunday night game, Week 18, final game of the regular season in a epic AFC East matchup. Buffalo Bills visiting the Miami Dolphins in a scenario where Buffalo Bills could quite possibly, if they win, they could be as high as the 2 seed. If they lose, they could be as low as the 5 seed, or possibly even missing the playoffs altogether, which would be completely ridiculous. That being said, probably like most people have been going back and forth with this game. While Miami does have the edge at home, my gut is leaning Buffalo right now. They're desperate. I think they can eke out another win. I can't imagine the Bills not being in the playoffs. So for that reason alone, give me the Buffalo Bills in an epic Sunday night Week 18 thriller. And that's all I got for my Week 18 picks. Thanks again. My name's Andy, aka the Cali Bird. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and be sure to tune into the Schlabcast and our future pick'ems for playoffs and some playoff previews. Thanks again for tuning in, and peace.